All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rahaha Quadash. Double honors to the head apostle, and that is a great millstone who rule well and teach well, peace and blessings to you, sincere Akim that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out in our truth and sincerity, and shalom to the elect. I want to touch on this video from Arrows of Indignation 144. The title of his video is, "Hey Jake, they all in cahoots together. You will always be seen as the villain in Babylon." I'll leave the link in the description box as well. Watch and subscribe and be edified. I want to play through this video and I want to touch on a couple scenes in this video clip. And this is circling around this neo-Nazi organized protest, whatever you want to call it, that happened out there in Ohio. But you had, Jake confront this neo-Nazi group, and eventually they were ushered off by the police. But I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna stop it periodically and we're gonna pull out some scriptures. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
Video just released by Evendale Police shows the moments an officer interacted with a neo-Nazi group after that demonstration over 75 near Lincoln Heights.
There's been a lot of discussion, obviously, about this incident since it happened 11 days ago on February 7th. So you're about to see the officer on the overpass first ordering the white supremacist group to get into the U-Haul, leave the bridge, when counter-protesters then arrive. So about 5 minutes later, you can see the same officer walk up to the U-Haul outside of a Laughlin local school shortly before kids were about to be released from class that day. Here's the exchange now between the Evendale officer.
Yeah, these organized group, left-wing, right-wing protest meetings, whatever you want to call them, they're all organized. They're all set up. Okay, the police are notified. The police know when these things are happening. When the KKK do their marches, the police are notified. The police are well aware. And a lot of these police officers are in these various different organized groups. A lot of these police officers are in Masonic organizations as well. And everything is set up against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you Israelites are going to learn the easy way or the hard way.
Officer and the neo-Nazi group in the U-Haul, and the one man not wearing a mask you're about to see asking if he can go back and pick up his service dog where the protest happened on the overpass on 75.
We're trying to figure out a plan to get that.
Yeah, we got to.
Yes, and I think anybody knows about. There's a dog. If the dog in there is cool, if the dog is in there is cool with me driving it to you guys, I can go and get it. But there's a dog in there. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get him. He's my service animal. That's why I really need to get him. But
Here,
get your mask on. Let's go.
just take that black sweatshirt shirt off, and you can get my car.
Cool. Thank you.
And then if I got in the driver's seat of the car, would the dog bite me? You think? No.
Yeah, so this police officer just having a cool, calm, collective conversation, with this white supremacist group. He even offers to, drive them up back to the scene to get their service dog or whatever, to ride in their car, front seat type shit. And if the roles would have been reversed, say you say Jake was out there, protesting with, automatic weapons, military rifles for some black organization, organized, whatever you want to call it. And, Esau rode up and confronted them. Things would have gone very, very differently, right? Real quick, let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and let's go down to verse 12. It says, "Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and America was built off the backs of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans." This place was built and established off the bloodshed of the Israelites. And Esau is still not satisfied with that, with everything he's got from you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He wants more. He wants to push the envelope, so to speak. He has to make you the forefront of all these various different issues. He paints you as the problem of the earth, when in all actuality, he's the one that is causing these various issues, the instability, the wickedness. He's putting the bottle to the lips of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's influencing you to go out and kill yourselves, get high on drugs, distribute drugs, all right, be involved in all types of wickedness and idolatry. Okay, but he paints you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as the face of violence, as the fake face of Teism, as the face of Moism, all right, and all these various different isms. When this man is the problem of the earth. Let's get that in Revelation real quick. This is Revelation chapter 12, and I'm going to start in verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And this is another way, which you see on the screen right here, how he has deceived the earth into thinking that he's right and you're wrong. He's deceived the earth into thinking that he are those people that are in our land right now. It says, which deceiveth the whole earth, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength. And this is concerning when Esau Edom is taken out of his position of power, when he's kicked out of heaven, when that staff, that scepter, is taken out of his hands by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. It said, the kingdom of our power, Yahweh, and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. And this is what Esau Edom, mainly from these wicked elites on down, do to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, setting you up at the up as the forefront as the problem of the earth, constantly accusing you before Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Look at them, they're doing this, they're doing that. Okay. But Esau is heavily influencing you Israelites into doing your wickedness and going against righteousness, right? It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, Yahweh, day and night. So this is a constant thing Esau Edom is doing and does. Let's get back into the video.
You make sure you got your keys.
To think that racism has just been abolished, and the so-called white man has love for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans all of a sudden, and he has just had a change of heart. Okay, Esau has bottled up his hatred and his anger and his feelings towards you Israelites, but that bottle is being come undone. That bottle top is being screwed off, and we're beginning to see, and moreover, we're going to see on a high level the hatred that Esau Edom has for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and he's about to put it into heavy action. Okay.
We're just trying to go get the dog and get the Jeep and remember.
Let's go grab it.
One community in Ohio, which is now the center of a growing national debate about civil rights, hate speech, and the Second Amendment. NBC News correspondent and NBC News Now daily anchor Morgan Radford visited the town of Lincoln Heights, where residents have formed an armed community defense group in the wake of a neo-Nazi rally. Morgan joins us now. You were there just on Tuesday. What did the residents tell you about what's going on?
Yeah, I was there just this week. John, it was fascinating because what's interesting is that this town was founded during the Great Migration back in the 20s as a refuge for Black citizens, which is why it was especially painful when neo-Nazis suddenly appeared in this 3,000-person majority Black town. But they decided to fight back, taking up arms and patrolling their own streets.
There's no reference for you so-called blacks, you so-called Negro, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, all right? There's no refuge in America or elsewhere. We have been put under the curses by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We are targets, okay? We are at the bottom of the totem pole. And Esau Edom has his magnifying glass, his scope on us, just like it says in Revelation, the 12th chapter, pursuant to the 12th verse. You know, Esau Edom is about to come down hard on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because he knows he has but a short time. A short time of what? A short time in his rulership, right? And, you know, concerning this black community, so-called black community, which we're not black, you know, like I said at the beginning of this video, these organizations, whether it be, you know, the KKK, the left-wing, right-wing groups, these so-called black groups, you know, going back into the history, you know, to the Black Panthers, you know, and these various different organized, these organizations that Jake has so-called formed, they were all set up by Esau Edom. Okay, and even if they weren't set up by Esau Edom, Esau eventually infiltrated them to a level where he was able to control them.
Now they're at the center of a much larger debate about protection and free speech and who gets it.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
They're business owners, fathers, sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch Program.
It's the duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. After neo-Nazis held a rally here last month, carrying rifles, waving swastikas, and hurling racial slurs, just moments before children were let out of school. At the time, law enforcement officials said the neo-Nazis did not break any laws, but an investigation by county prosecutors is ongoing. Weeks later, the KKK with these flyers.
First African-American community above the Mason-Dixon line of staff.
Safety and Watch Group spokesperson.
Well, all the laws were ultimately established for Esau Edom. You know, when these laws, these declarations were put in place, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were in hardcore captivity, and Esau did not have you in mind. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, and let's go down to verse 66. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 66. Matter of fact, let's start in verse 65. It says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind." Okay? So no matter what you Israelites try to do, how you try to come together, establish a community, organize yourself, arm yourselves, okay, train, and so-called fight the power, it's going to be to no avail. All right? This man is getting taken down by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He's not getting taken down by no carnal activity from you Jakes. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are gonna find out real soon what this devil's blessing is. Okay? It says, "The Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life." Okay, let's keep going.
Durrance Daniels says the police did not do enough, which was more chilling because the town was founded in the 1920s as a safe haven for black residents.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police. And the police says, you know, if they do it again, we haven't broken any laws, so we're just going to allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
Are you worried at all that having a potentially armed response could just create more friction, create more danger?
And see, this is what Esau wants. You know, he's controlling both sides of these parties. All right. This so-called black community, you know, armed militia, as well as what you saw on the screen concerning, you know, these neo-Nazi members. He's controlling both sides because he's pushing for this stability in Babylon the Great. He's pushing for civil and race wars. Okay, and at the forefront of that are Jacob and Esau. All right, we're coming into the times of all hell break loose, man. Okay, well, there ain't gonna be no electricity, there ain't gonna be no police to call. You know, the police are gonna be changing their uniforms. They're gonna go from police officers, you know, to you know, angry men in regular clothes. You know, orchestrated militias going door to door from house to house and seeking after you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're going to get hands-on very, very soon. Okay. Let's go to, what did I want? Yeah, Psalms 37 real quick. And let's go down to verse 12. It said, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Okay, so Esau is always plotting on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. What does the scripture say? You know, he doesn't go to sleep without doing wickedness. Let's get that real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay. Let's get back into the video.
I'll answer that by saying I've never felt safer as a black man in my community than I have right now.
The mayor of Evendale, which oversees the police force that responded that day, said in a statement to NBC News, our emphasis on...
And Jake is just through. For Jake to say, you know, you feel safe in Babylon the Great, you know, under the rulership of Esau, Edom, when our people are constantly, you know, getting wrongfully accused, thrown in prisons and jails, all right, shot down in the street, you know, a angry militia, you know, the KKK can just come through your community and, you know, hey, man, there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, you can fight back. You can gather arms. But at the end of the day, these laws are in the favor of Esau. And Esau is going to dismantle any type of formation that you, Jake, seek to establish, unless he has set it up for a particular agenda or for a particular purpose. What was the guy's name? What was it? Grandmaster Jay or Grandmaster Flash? I forgot his name. But you remember what let's see, who was that? Was it Grandmaster Flash? But he had a organized black you know, militia, whatever you want to call it, and he was nothing but a you know, he was nothing but set up, you know, which I believe he was an agent. Let's look that up real quick. Yeah, here it is. All right, John Grandmaster Jay Johnson, who had home in Westchester, a black militia that marched in Louisville after the shooting of Breonna Taylor, is led by a man with connections to the Cincinnati area who documents say was discharged from the Army under other than honorable conditions. It says ran for president in 2016 and claimed to be a notable rapper and DJ. The group is called the Not Fucking Around Coalition, the NFAC. According to court documents, one of its goals is to create a black ethno-state. Members carry assault-style rifles during marches. Its leader is 57-year-old John Fitzgerald Johnson, who calls himself Grandmaster Jay. Okay, so Grandmaster Jay, not Grandmaster Flash. It says he had a career as a rapper, DJ, and producer. The online trail for Grandmaster Jay includes a handful of biographies that appear to be self-submitted, and a Wikipedia page that was deleted, and numerous message boards and social media posts accusing him of being a fraud. And he has been, you know, he's been apprehended. And it says Johnson was charged in early December in connection with alleged action September 4th in Louisville. Officials say he pointed an AR-15 style rifle at officers who were on the rooftop of a building watching over a park where protesters had gathered. You know, see, Esau watches you with a close eye when you protest. Okay. Meanwhile, when Esau goes and protests, there ain't a cop in sight. There's no police to be found. And the only way they're going to show up on the scene is if, you know, there's a serious confrontation that needs to be dealt with. And as you saw in the screen, you know, he basically just told Edomite cop basically just told them to get back in your cars and drive off. Have a nice day. And met up with them later at a different location, right? Okay. It says there are 2 cases pending against him, one in federal court in Louisville and the other in state court. All right. So let's jump back into the video.
De-escalation and public safety resulted in the incident's resolution without injuries to any of the persons involved. But residents here say they can't afford to wait. Every day, the Safety and Watch group escorts children to school and patrols the streets.
Why do you all wear masks?
Those Nazis, we have reports of them finding our backgrounds, and so we're not hiding ourselves from the residents, but we're protecting our family from what we're doing out here.
While many locals do support the security group, some, like business owner Eric Ruffin, say they wish the group wasn't needed.
We don't want to become what we hate. You know, we don't want to become a group of people that walk around feeling like we have a reason in America to have to protect ourselves.
And this community
Stand up.
Stand up.
is not backing down.
We contacted the mayor of Evendale's office, and they say that prosecutors are looking at body camera footage of the neo-Nazi rally to see if any criminal charges could be filed. But meantime, the Hamilton County Sheriff is also calling on state lawmakers to pass legislation making it a crime to wear a mask with.
And see, Esau is just, I mean, I see Jake is just putting, you know, they continue to put their faith and trust in Esau, Edom, and Babylon the Great. No matter what happens to them, no matter how many times they get drugged down the street, how many lives are lost, how many times Esau shows who he is to them, they keep wanting to give this devil a pass and seek to have some type of rest in this place. But it's not going to happen, man. Like the scripture says, this place is not your rest. The Most High Yahweh set it up that way, man. Like we read in Deuteronomy 28 chapter in the 66th verse. Okay, let's go to Psalms 140. I'm going to start from the top. It said, deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. All right. Esau formulates these various different things in his secret council against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you best believe Esau has orchestrated agendas and tactics amongst these various different camps as well. A lot of these different camp members and leaders are, you know, not only Masons, but they're also agents, okay? And they're set up by these wicked elites. And we have agents even amongst Great Millstone. It says, which imagine mischiefs in their heart, continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. I said unto the Lord, thou art my power, Yahweh. Hear the voice of my supplications, O Lord. And see, the majority of our people, they're not seeking after Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, nor are they putting their faith and trust in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Okay? Because the Lord is going to be our protection, not some carnal formation trying to come against this man. The scriptures say this man, you know, would get very, very high above us. So there's nothing we can do to come together and formulate, to exercise, to put together, to study, you know what I'm saying, on a carnal level that can come against Esau, man. He was blessed with the sword. He was blessed with that gun. You know, he was given technology from Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And ultimately, he's been put in the rulership seat position. And Jake, you ain't gonna bring him down. But Jake can't get that through their head. Let's keep going. It says, verse 7, O Yahweh the Lord, the strength of my salvation, thou hast covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves. And that's what we see happening, man. Esau has formed you know, wicked strategies and devices, which we're not ignorant to these devices, and ultimately to seeking to destroy, cast down and paint a narrative on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and further exalt himself. Okay. He paints himself as being the good guy and Jake as being the bad guy. Now let's close out on what's the precept I wanted? Yeah, Isaiah the 10th chapter. Let's play the rest of this video and we'll close out on Isaiah 10.
The purpose of intimidation while open carrying, guys.
So, Morgan, let me ask you, one of the people you interviewed
And,
there.
and you Jakes, even when Jake, go by the law, you're still a target. Esau can open carry. Esau can walk down the street with an assault rifle, a shotgun, a gun on his hip, and no one bats an eye. When Jake, when you do that, you're getting looked at sideways, even if that's your firearm, even if it's registered. Okay, you having that firearm on your hip, on your side, open carrying, and it's registered. You didn't cross your I's and dotted your T's according to the laws of your particular state. You best believe Esau's still looking at you a certain way, especially these police officers and cops. Okay.
A young man said he's never felt safer in his community than he does now. So this could have an impact nation.
Yeah, see, Esau has lured Jake to sleep. Let's get that real quick. So let's pull that out, then we'll go to Isaiah the 10th chapter. What is that? First Maccabees. Jake said he has not ever felt safer than in his community than right now, right? What's that? First Maccabees. Bear with me one moment. All right, First Maccabees, the first chapter, going down to verse 30. Let's start in verse 29. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them. And this is what Esau Edom is doing. He's speaking those words, those smooth words unto Jake. Hey, you just got to formulate, stand up and fight and gather together, arm yourselves. You can do this. Protect it ain't going to work like that, man. Esau's setting you up for the okie doke. He wants you to do that. Okay. So he can run right through that. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. And this is what's about to take place again. Okay, let's go to Isaiah the 10th chapter. This is Isaiah 10, and let's go down to verse 5. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and a staff in their hand is mine indignation. And Esau Edom is the modern day Assyrian. And that staff in their hand, that scepter, okay, is the indignation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, which is you Israelites, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. And, we're really on the doorstep of that. We're on the doorstep of civil war and race war, all hell breaking loose in Babylon the Great. You Jakes being rounded up on these concentration camp buses and being thrown in them. All right. And as well as various different narratives being formulated to paint a darker picture of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time. Shalom.